All right, guys. So as you can see again, starting out with the beanie, we got 3 things planned and only 3 things for today's stream because right now I'm pretty boring. But our first one is going to be Pool Watch. Again, we're going to make this an everyday thing, I think. This is going to be fun. He posts like 25 videos a day, roughly. So I figure we could pick one out. And I guess we might as well go with the big one, the explosive one on this one, which is anything having to do with Joe Rogan. My man, Joe Rogan, instantly gets clicks. So, yeah, we'll check it out. All right, so, oh man, I keep forgetting. I did the same thing a couple of days ago with stream. I gotta get YouTube Premium. Oh, that audio is coming through. I didn't even realize I had no headphones in. See, these are the professional mistakes. Yeah, baby. All right. So here we go. We are commencing with another episode of Pool Watch. We'll see what they have to say.
We gotta keep the focus on CNN, my friends. Oh yeah. Check this one out. Joe Rogan calls CNN's Don Lemon a dumb mother for doubling down on
fucker. The words fucker. Dumb mother fucker.
Horse dewormer narrative, saying you can't allow people to say things that are absolutely untrue when you have a effing news organization, Rogan said.
The issue with all of this that I see is that, as unfortunate as it is, ivermectin is most commonly used as a livestock dewormer. Even though, yes, it has received, the Nobel Prize for use in anti-parasitics, it is still technically a horse dewormer. And I get it, like the meme, I follow Joe Rogan actually on Instagram, so I saw like his meme, with, him drinking water and them saying it's, substance usually used as engine coolant or whatever. And yeah, that is what's going on. I think that CNN should probably back off at this point because it just makes them look like assholes. It makes them look like pedants, like they just can't resist making fun of someone on the other side of the aisle. And it's just not a good look, guys. It's not a good look.
Well, Joe
doesn't pull his punches.
Buddy. Don Lemon doubled down and claimed that you did, in fact, ingest horse dewormer, which is a lie. And
it's not a lie. It's just misleading. There's a bit of a difference. He cornered, I forget who it was. Is it Sanjay Gupta? I forget who it was, but he had an interview not long ago with someone from CNN. And they also were like being battered because this is an outright lie. This is an out and about lie by a news station. And it's not a lie. It's just misleading and not fair. It's uncharitable, we'll say.
You thought that was bad? CNN tripled down. CNN defends Joe Rogan treatment in fiery statement. Eric Wemple of the Washington Post accurately points out CNN is acting more like an advocacy group than an actual news organization. He says this: CNN's statement sounds more like the work of an advocacy group than a journalism outfit. The issue actually begins and ends with the integrity of CNN's content. He says if we take Rogan's prescription claim at face value, and CNN hasn't challenged...
What is why you should not use ivermectin? All right, here, we're going to have to look this up because I want to see what that tweet is. And it seems like that's what they're referring to when they're talking about this advocacy or whatever instead of actually being journalism. But I'd like to just kind of see, So I guess we might have to back it up.
More like the work of an advocacy group than a Joe Rogan treatment.
CNN defends Joe Rogan treatment in fiery statement. So CNN defends Rogan treatment. Boom. Opinion piece. Okay. CNN defends Joe Rogan treatment in fiery statement. Oh no, that's right. Homeboy, they charge you money for this now. You have to pay money to get the Washington Post. Forgot about that. Let's see if they show the tweet before we get No? No link to the tweet? Where is the tweet? We're looking at the same article. Right? Opinion. CNN defends Joe Rogan fiery statement.
In fiery statement. Eric Wemple of the Washington Post accurately points out CNN is acting more like an advocacy group than an actual news organization. He says this.
Oh, it
CNN
looks like
statement
that's just an ad. Let me see. I might just have a different ad. Okay. Yeah. It looked like it was actually like a tweet. You are not a horse. You are not a cow. Seriously, y'all. Stop it. That's pretty funny, actually. All right, we'll get rid of that. We'll go back.
Sounds more like the work of an advocacy group than a journalism outfit. The issue actually begins and ends the integrity of CNN's content. He says if we take Rogan's prescription claim at face value, and CNN hasn't challenged it, the network's coverage was slanted in some cases and straight up incorrect in others.
Not straight up incorrect. Oh no, okay. I guess mine just didn't load. Like there's maybe I just have a really poor connection. That makes sense, being in rural West Virginia and all. You are not a horse, you are not a cow. Seriously, y'all stop it. Now that's coming from the US FDA, right? The Food and Drug Administration is like, hey guys, don't take horse dewormer. And it's not because Joe Rogan specifically has been taking horse dewormer. It's because people around the whole country, maybe around the world, but definitely in this country, have been taking what is in fact a horse dewormer and cutting it up to try and resize it so that they get the proper dosage for a human, but it's still not the drug that you're trying to use. And I'm pretty sure, isn't ivermectin like I'm gonna look it up real quick. I thought ivermectin might have been the company, not. Oh wow, look at that. No, I guess. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. Oh god, dude. The first thing when I look up ivermectin for businesses is Tractor Supply Co. Oh no. Okay. All right, that's nice. No, okay. I guess it's the actual medicine. I was under the impression that it might have been the company and not the actual medication, but it's the actual medication. But like for real, what in the world, guys?
CNN says, the heart of this debate has been purposefully confused and ultimately lost. It's never been about livestock versus human dosage of ivermectin. The issue is that a powerful voice in the media, who by example and through his platform sowed doubt in the proven and approved science of vaccines while promoting the use of an unproven treatment for COVID-19, a drug developed to ward off parasites in farm animals. The only thing CNN did wrong here was bruise the ego of a popular podcaster who pushed dangerous conspiracy theories and risked the lives of millions of people in doing so. Joe.
That is hysterical because that's accurate, actually. It doesn't matter. Like, whatever Timmy Boy's gonna say afterwards isn't a big deal because what just happened is they got flamed, man. Because Joe Rogan is, like, if you're the most popular podcaster on the planet, you might want to think about things before you do and talk about them. Like, my biggest issue is that he talks about his treatment for COVID, which he got, maybe intentionally, maybe not, but he got this incredible, like, cavalcade of treatments where he reportedly said that he was taking like vitamin C, which probably didn't do anything, and then he was taking the ivermectin, and he said he took monoclonal antibodies, which are right now FDA approved as a treatment. And you know, I'm pretty sure I tweeted something out about this, but he's like taking a non-FDA approved treatment and an FDA approved treatment and saying that it's the non-FDA approved treatment that worked. So instead of saying, like, when people are like, oh, you took the horse dewormer, instead of being like, yeah, and I got good, I got right back pretty quick, didn't I? I recovered pretty quick, didn't I, bitch? Didn't I? Which is like how he spoke. Instead, give them the the caveat, say, yeah, I mean, I did take ivermectin, but I also took monoclonal antibodies, and I got well pretty quick overall. I think I'm just lucky that I'm a healthy guy and didn't have a bad reaction to it. Like something like that, and that's fine. And let's be real, guys. If you're like young and healthy, he's right. Your likelihood of just straight up dying of COVID is pretty fucking low. But there are so many long-term potential consequences that come from it that are just horrifying. Reduced lung capacity, potentially facing erectile dysfunction for men, nonsense. And people are just unwilling to get vaccinated, which can prevent all of that because they have people like Joe Rogan pushing the idea that it's okay to just get the disease and then you're fine.
Sitting before me are two wonderful lawyers.
Yes, please.
Would you
Give him some advice on suing the pants off CNN, please?
Yes, please.
Please.
I mean, be careful what you say about Don Lemon, because I'm currently suing him for sexual assault of a bartender, Dustin Heiss.
Wow.
I mean,
okay.
he is credibly accused, the Harvey Weinstein of the media.
Wow.
Oh, I have that chair, actually. That's really cool. That chair is really comfy, just so you know. I bought it as like a birthday present for my wife. It's a pretty good chair.
And he has so far dodged and evaded responsibility and accountability. We'll see if that happens come trial in January. But Joe clearly has a very good claim. I mean, this is repeated libel, and they're clearly just going to accelerate.
Libel. This is repeated libel. They are not lying. Ivermectin is used as a horse dewormer. Like, the issue we have here is that in a case like this, the libel doesn't actually hold up because they never said specifically that Joe was taking it like from Tractor Supply. They were saying he was taking a drug that is usually a horse dewormer. In fact, most of the time, their doctors were saying he was taking an antiparasitic, which is as accurate as it gets because that's what ivermectin is. So no, I don't know what this lawyer thinks. I don't know what kind of super brain is going on up there, but no, Joe Rogan doesn't have a very good claim. He might still win. He might be able to make a solid case for libel to the right judge, but to say this is a good or solid grounding for a libel case, to me, seems a little bit obnoxious.
And they're going to keep doing it, and I hope he does take action. I know in the past he's been reluctant, but at some point he has to for the benefit of everyone else. Because if Joe Rogan sits there and takes it, other people will think they don't have a fighting chance.
How would he do it?
They don't have a fighting chance.
What would he do? Hire, just find a should he contact you?
Joe, just file suit and file. Joe has plenty of good lawyers. So all he's got to do is file a libel suit, file it right there in the Western District of Texas in the Austin division, where he now resides, and file it against CNN and go after them. I mean, the anti-SLAPP statute doesn't apply there, so...
I want to see. I don't believe, and maybe I'll get egg on my face on this one, I don't believe for a second Joe Rogan's going to file a lawsuit against CNN. And the reason is because the threat of the lawsuit is more expedient to his purposes than the actual lawsuit would be. Like, you can see this all the time. You can see, like, the inverse happened with the Dennis Prager situation. Prager University had riled people up for all this time and gotten more followers and subscribers, talking about how they intended to sue Google because of the removal of some of their videos from YouTube. And when they eventually lost that case, that didn't really do anything to hype up their fan base more than the actual threat of a lawsuit did. They talked about, we're gonna sue, and that worked. That got everyone riled up. They got followers. People were talking about it. Yeah, sue them. But as soon as they actually did it, they realized there wasn't any legitimate legal grounding for the lawsuit. And because there wasn't any legitimate legal grounding for the lawsuit, they looked like idiots when they took it to court, and no one really gave two shits about it afterwards. I mean, the left got a good, little trouncing on them. They got a little, brownie point or whatever, so that's cool, but nothing really happened. It's better for a cause like this one of these fear-mongering or anger-baiting type causes, where you're trying to get people upset at the cancel culture mob. it's better to not actually follow through with the actions. And I think Joe's smart enough to know that simply threatening that you might sue CNN, like, bruh, am I gonna have to sue CNN? CNN's out here lying to me and shit, dog. I don't even get it. It's wild. Doing something like that is significantly better for you than actually filing a suit against them. Joe Rogan's already incredibly wealthy. He doesn't need to worry about winning a lawsuit for libel and getting damages repaid, because one of the parts of the legal proceeding for a libel case is that you would have to prove that the actions taken against you had some sort of damage, and there's no way they could ever put that out. I guarantee you Joe Rogan's numbers have been fine, if not increasing, during this whole fiasco. So there hasn't been any damage done to him, and it's basically not false to begin with. This is nonsense. No one's going to do shit about this.
He doesn't have to worry about fees.
You have Sanjay Gupta on his own podcast saying CNN
It was Sanjay Gupta.
What do they do after that? They do it 2 more times. So now, I want to say one thing. Washington Post calling CNN activist journalism is the pot calling the kettle black. But at the very least, they got it right here. But Robert,
dude, anything to the left of the Daily Stormer is like absolute communist propaganda for these dipshits. It's hilarious.
Someone in the comment section of our last highlight said, what would his damages be? He hasn't sustained any damages. So what would...
Well, I mean, that...
Boom. Well, let's see. Maybe big boy lawyer that thinks that he has a case can tell me something I'm not aware of.
It'd be up to the jury to determine. But I mean, at a minimum, he could get a factual finding that CNN lied about him. And that has value and utility right out of the gate.
And also, discovery should be extremely interesting to how they decided to...
Oh, man. Oh, God, that's fucking hysterical to me. They're like, well, it seems like people have been saying that actually he doesn't really have any claim to this because there's not really any damages done. And the lawyer's like, well, I guess the jury will figure that out or whatever. That's not my department. I'm just a lawyer. I don't figure that stuff out. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
To say it's horse medicine when a doctor prescribed it to him.
When I brought suit for all the Covington kids, the goal was to stop and prevent them from telling these kind of lies, because typically ordinary people can't fight back. Joe can fight back, and that's why he should fight back for the people who cannot fight back.
Joe can write a check to a law firm and completely forget about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then he'll get an email saying, hey, Joe, here's the update. Here's what they said. Sign off here. If you agree, here's what we're going to respond with. And I'll go, you got it.
I mean, it was patent libel. They said that he took something he didn't take, and they knew.
That's false. He did take it. They said he took something that he did take. Ivermectin, regardless of whether you got it prescribed by a doctor or not, whether you have the human version, is still a drug used to treat horses. It's used to deworm horses. So, like, are people being disingenuous? Yes. Are they being pedants? Are they being uncharitable to Joe Rogan taking this? Yes. Are they lying? Are they committing slander or libel? No, they're not. They're just not. So, I don't know where these guys are coming from. We can even look into it at some point. We'll look it up. We'll look up all the historical precedences. Maybe I'll do it off stream, and then I'll come back and talk to you guys about it. But yeah, this is nonsense.
Well,
that was a lie.
But your point with Sanjay Gupta is even better. They said he took something he didn't take. Their chief medical correspondent said they are wrong, and then they said it again.
They shouldn't have done that, Joe. Why didn't you press him? I don't know. And then they do this
again.
Afterwards.
That's come on, it's a slam dunk.
No, and then
no, it's not. Oh my God, dude,
and then
these guys
purport that
brainless,
he's the one
dude.
who's in the wrong for being offended by their libel. I mean, it's nuts.
Sanjay Gupta went on his show and said we lied, we messed up, we got this one wrong, and now they're like. They had him on. I mean, I don't even want to think what they did to him in the backstage when they brought in Sanjay Gupta for that screw up, and now he had to go on national television and then go back on what he said on the Rogan podcast.
I'm just gonna reveal to you guys. See, I was actually going to hire Joe Rogan.
Wait, so if you listen to this dipshit, the tax this dick dipshit, who I'm sure is just absolute genius. What he's saying doesn't make any fucking sense, because again, you can hear at the beginning of this whole thing, who wrote the article talking about this that they're currently talking about, with them doubling down on it. it wasn't Sanjay Gupta saying all this stuff the third time around. He hasn't gone back. It was someone else writing.
When they brought in Sanjay Gupta for that screw up, and now he had to go on national television and then go back on what he said on the Rogan podcast.
I'm just gonna.
Did he? Here, we're looking this back up. CNN defends Rogan treatment. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. It's a lie on the news network. It's a lie they're conscious of. Back this down. All right. What separates the two? A lot. So look, there's an animal application and a human application for ivermectin. A lot between, yeah, of course there's a lot between a human and an animal. Yes, even too much tap or salt, water or salt. Yes, we know. Like, the dose makes the poison. Aaron Burnett, Anderson Cooper, Don Lemon, Jim Acosta. So no, at no point, this is the shit that pisses me off. These guys are speaking with an actual lawyer right now. They're speaking with someone who's supposed to be like the pinnacle of logistics when it comes to these types of disputes. Like, this is the pinnacle. And they're saying shit like this, where Sanjay Gupta went back on what he had said previously when they're talking about an article that nowhere lists Sanjay Gupta as having gone back on what he said on the Joe Rogan podcast. Those were 4 other anchors, not Gupta. So, like, if you're quoting an article that has everyone but Gupta saying otherwise, you don't get to make it out like Gupta's being some sort of, like, disingenuous prick by going back on what he's saying. Because he didn't. At least not according to the evidence we've seen so far, and not according to the evidence they're talking about. If there's some other article where Sanjay Gupta went through and was like, nah, dude, Joe Rogan took horse dewormer, then yeah, show it to us. But they haven't. Probably because it doesn't exist. So, like, this narrative he just said.
I mean, I don't even want to think what they did to him in the backstage when they brought in Sanjay Gupta for that screw up, and now he had to go on.
Right. They brought him in, and then he says
national television, and then go back on what he said on the Rogan podcast.
And he didn't do that. Tax this dick guy. I don't know what your name is. I don't care to learn it. Your name's gonna be Sally or something like that to me from now on. But what the tax this dick guy is saying is just false. I think we've well established that.
I'm just gonna reveal to you guys. See, I was actually going to hire Joe Rogan for $1 billion.
Oh.
But once I found out he took horse medicine, I had to cancel that deal. Sorry, Joe, that's $1 billion in damages.
Well, he probably does have some damages claims because there are going to be some people who don't listen to him and some limitation on his ratings. And given the scale that he's at, it doesn't take long to get to 10 million plus. And we know CNN wrote at least some sizable check to Nicholas Sandmann when they were caught lying to him. They're currently facing a major lawsuit from Project Veritas for lying about Project Veritas and James.
Oh, that's something I got to look into, dude. Fucking Project Veritas is run by a bunch of dipshits, and I gotta look into CNN versus Veritas. That's hilarious.
So, but Rogan would put them at the most exposure, mostly in the court of public opinion, but financially as well.
Do you guys see the Netflix thing?
Oh boy, what are you doing? Hey, you. Hey. How you doing? Hi, everybody. This is Koopa. He's my super trooper. Probably gonna have to get him out of here because he's really loud. You could hear him in the background. Usually he screams a little bit more. All right, buddy. What are you doing? He's a good kitty. He's just real loud.
Thing, the Netflix protest.
Yes.
So this guy, his name is Vito, I think, right?
Yeah, that comedian.
They attacked him. They tore a sign apart.
Said he had a weapon after they
Said he had a weapon.
Threw his friend down on the floor that hit his head.
Well, that was
Yeah.
Dick Masterson.
Yeah.
He's a comedian. He's a podcaster.
Yeah.
He's well known.
Yeah.
So they attacked these people. The crazy thing was the AP took a photo of this guy Vito when he was saying something like Black Lives Matter, agreeing with them, and they said that he was like the aggressor who was clashing or attacking. And because it was an AP stock photo, every outlet that picked it up shared the same false caption.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which is libel. I mean, that's exactly what the Covington kid case was.
Well, here's my question: if one of these outlets uses an AP source that says it, are they responsible?
Yes, they are.
So
every publisher.
Every single publisher is responsible.
Absolutely.
For
Every single
You
one.
guys should hit up Vito.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Let's see
It was
what
the
this
AP
is about.
took a photo.
Given the scale that he's at, it doesn't take any facing a major lawsuit from
Joe
Project
Rogan,
Veritas
Joe Rogan.
for
We
lying
get
about
it.
Project
Joe
Veritas
Rogan.
and James O'Keefe. So,
Fucking James O'Keefe is a tool.
but Rogan would
let's
put
get
them
that
at the
out of
most
the way.
exposure, mostly in the court of public opinion, but financially as well.
Do you guys see the Netflix thing, the Netflix protest?
Yes.
Yes.
So this guy, his name is Vito, I think, right?
Yeah, the comedian.
They attacked.
All right. Here we go. Netflix protest. We'll go Vito. Fake giant pile of garbage. Vito Gesualdi? All right, let's see if that's it. This is Geeks and Gamers. So highly credible. While attending a protest against Dave Chappelle's video, a YouTuber Vito, Italian as fuck last name, was embroiled in controversy as angry protesters turned physical. Activists, blah, 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 blah. During the protest, Vito held up a sign saying, "We like Dave." He was with his co-host, Dick Masterson, who was also holding up a sign that says, "Dave is funny and we like jokes." In the footage, he's heard chanting, "We like jokes, jokes are funny." Goes on to yell, "I like Dave, I like him, I like his jokes." That's fine. Protesters began chanting, "Trans lives matter." Bah, bah, bah. Huh. Okay. All right. So if this is legit, I mean, if this is legit, then like, yeah, someone just broke his side and then, yeah, okay. Let's see. Antifa. Who's this from? Oh, dude, I can't be watching all of these like Daily Motion ones. Who is Vito Gesualdi? Gesualdo. Gesualdi. Ba, 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 ba. All right. We'll chill on that for a second. We'll look into that one at another time. I'm not gonna bore you guys with that.
Him. They
Back
tore a
to
sign
the
apart.
content.
Said he
here.
had a weapon after they
Said he
tore
had a
it.
weapon.
Threw his
But-
friend down on the floor that hit his head.
Well, that was
Yeah.
Dick Masterson.
Yeah.
He's a comedian. He's a podcaster.
Yeah.
He's well known.
That's
Yeah.
super true. Yeah.
Pretty credible suits. But I think the utility for Rogan
Let's keep listening.
this is CNN and this is the context of COVID coverage.
Right.
And this is critical and essential that they let the court fully determine who told the truth and who's been lying.
Oh, dude, I would love that. That'd be fucking hysterical, man. Joe Rogan takes him to court and loses. Holy shit.
And that has value to everybody.
Would there be any relevance in real?
All right. Now I can't fuck too much with this guy, right? I can't pick on him too much, but like you can't, like we all make mistakes. I'm doing this live shit. You can see I make mistakes. I do silly shit. I flub up words. It happens. But man, this guy is wearing that "tax this dick" shirt, which just makes him look like the most pretentious piece of human garbage on the fucking planet. Look at that fucking haircut. That's a haircut he paid $500 for. Like, let's relax. This guy's a twat. And then to say relevance. Does this have any relevance? Like, come on, dude. Fuck you.
Real life damages with people who listened to this
I'm a
propaganda
pedant.
and say that they had, parasites. And
No
If she's only
ads.
protected from heartworm disease, her coverage is coming up short. Upgrade to Interceptor Plus. It protects from
I don't have dogs.
and they couldn't, use
It would be
ivermectin for
very
its real
difficult.
purposes.
Now,
Yeah.
the left has been pursuing those theories in a wide range of other cases, but normally that would be too distant in order to get damages.
The amazing thing is, my underlying belief in all of this is they didn't run with the dewormer story because they believed anybody believed it. They wanted to create the hype so they could go get some people out there who don't really get good news to go take dewormer, the veterinary application, not the human, so they could then say, look, people actually did it after we spent 2 weeks hyping it up.
Well, so
Wait, that doesn't make any fucking sense. You can't say, look, people are taking horse dewormer. People are taking fucking horse dewormer, expecting people to like fall into your trap of doing the exact thing you're making fun of people for. What kind of logic is that? Like, if I'm like, holy shit, dude, people have been like, they've been like eating like cans, dude. They've been eating like soda cans. Fucking losers, fucking dipshit losers. I'm not gonna get people to go eat soda cans. Like, people are gonna stop eating soda cans because I'm making fun of people that are eating fucking soda cans. I mean, as you should, because that's fucking weird. But that, like, just, I gotta hear that again. Like, this dude definitely just said that, right?
They didn't run with the dewormer story because they believed anybody believed it. They wanted to create the hype so they could go get some people out there who don't really get good news to go take dewormer, the veterinary application, not the human, so they could then say, look, people actually did it after we.
And this is the issue that I have, is that to anyone, to people inside of Tim Pool's little cult circle jerk, like, to anyone, that should be alarming. To hear someone say something that stupid, you should push back on it. And I'm going to give them a couple of seconds to just see if they do. But that should be immediately trounced on. And that idea should be shit on because it doesn't make sense. Like, logistically, like, if you were to put that as like a premise in an argument, it would be instantly rejected because we don't see that happening. You don't say like, hey, you're a fucking idiot if you do this thing. And then people are like, well, I want to be an idiot. I want people to hate me. Like, no, they're discouraging it. And they keep discouraging it because people are doing it by themselves. They're not discouraging it in an attempt to get people to do it, to then go, we gotcha. And that should be obvious to anyone. But haven't seen it yet, but I would be willing to put money on it. No one says, nah, man, that's stupid. Like, we agree on the Joe Rogan stuff, but that's stupid. No one will say it.
We spent 2 weeks hyping it up.
Well, so one thing that was pointed out by a lot of people, which is a good point, is that by CNN coming out and saying Joe Rogan took horse paste, and then Joe Rogan coming out and saying the medication worked, people are going to believe the Tractor Supply stuff. And that's CNN's fault.
Oh my god, dude. What a fucking stretch. Holy shit, dude. Oh man. Holy shit. I didn't realize that, like, Tim Pool was a professional contortionist. Holy shit. Okay, so first off, like I said, no one called him on it because that's a fucking stupid theory to begin with. But they actually upped the ante, and Tim Pool said an even dumber thing, which is now, because no one has taken the horse dewormer literally ever up to this point, it hadn't happened one time ever. Because it's never happened before, and CNN has said that what Joe took was the horse dewormer, and Joe got better, now everybody's going to take it, and it's their fault, and if people die because they took ivermectin, it's because CNN, and CNN needs to be held fucking criminally accountable or whatever. That's fucking nonsense, dude. Maybe look to the people that are pushing it when it doesn't have any scientific backing, like, at all. All of the studies that have been done that anyway have been backing ivermectin have either been proved to be falsified or actually they're inconclusive, which is wild to me that we have gotten to this point, that we have like a free vaccine that is shown to work, and people are like, fuck that, I'm gonna see if I can get an untested, unproven drug for this thing. And like, you gotta think it's the same thing with when people were doing the hydroxychloroquine stuff, because hydroxychloroquine, I forget what it is, it treats something else. I could probably look it up, but I'm not gonna make the claim, and I'm not gonna look into it. But it was used to treat other disorders, and those people with the other disorders then were not able to get their hydroxychloroquine because people were fucking buying it everywhere, thinking it would help with COVID when it wasn't proven to do that yet. And the same thing's going to happen with like ivermectin. Ivermectin in humans, I believe, is used for like rheumatoid arthritis, I think. And people with that will not be able to get their medication because motherfuckers are like running up to doctors saying they need it. And I'm just going to say, if you're a doctor that's prescribing ivermectin, go fuck yourself. For real? There's no scientific backing, no consistent peer-reviewed data on this, and you're just going to start giving it to people? Fuck you.
Joe also got monoclonal antibodies. The emergency use authorization approved by the FDA that Ron DeSantis was trying to get because they've been using it in Florida. Seems like that stuff really works, and it's approved treatment.
Well, it's what the Biden administration tried to take away from Florida. And
they did.
Yeah.
But according to Ron DeSantis, he fought against this, and this is one reason why Florida's cases are so down right now as they are. You look at the New York cases; they're double that of Florida.
Okay, I have to look that up. That just sounds fake. Did Biden take monoclonal antibodies away from let's look at it. Okay, so this is on his website. It looks like, oh no, this is Florida. Okay, fair enough. Governor DeSantis calls Biden administration to restore monoclonal antibody supply to Florida. Today, Governor Ron DeSantis called on Biden to restore their monoclonal antibody supply. At the event, he announced that due to lack of support from the federal government, Florida secured 3,000 doses of treatment on its own from GlaxoSmithKline. We're doing everything we can to get monoclonal antibody treatments, not cutting the allocations of treatments like the Biden administration has done. In a nationwide address on September 9th, Biden announced that he would increase the average pace of shipment across the country of free monoclonal antibody treatments by another 50%. Despite this welcome statement, Florida has had our allocations of the treatment drastically cut from nearly 31,000 doses last week to less than 26,000 doses this week, despite the fact that Floridians continue to use this life-saving therapy to recover. Okay, so like all that they're saying there is that all of it has been going to Florida and now they're spreading it out. Like, this is a distribution problem, not like a Biden is bad problem. This is a problem with the actual manufacturing and distribution, as far as I can tell. I mean, I'll keep looking, but doesn't seem like it. Blah, blah, blah. This is all people that were talking afterwards about like, hey, I got better after monoclonal antibodies. Let's see. Bay News 9. Regeneron Clinic, baby. Okay. Monoclonal antibodies. Yep. Good stuff. Jesus Christ. $2,100 per dose. That's, God, I love capitalism. Holy shit. The Biden administration has contracted with Regeneron for nearly 1.5 million more doses. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of money. Okay, so Oh man, the governor's come under fire because he's a donor that has a large stake in Regeneron. Oh no. Oh no. Oh shit, dude. Why does it always come back to that? So, sounds to me like what's happening is the distribution rate is being adjusted throughout the entire country, and Ron DeSantis is pissed off because he feels like Biden's not doing enough to get more doses, which weirdly enough would also put money into his pockets. I don't know.
Florida right now, and you see their policies, you see what kind of restrictions they implemented, the exact opposite of what New York did. So there deserves to be a bigger conversation about these two different approaches, New York and Florida.
So what about Australia and New Zealand? I'm pretty sure New Zealand's still at like 30 deaths. I'm checking it out. New Zealand COVID deaths. Let's look at cases even. All right. That's worldwide. Wow, dude, like almost nothing. We'll look at deaths. This is wild. So, how many total deaths? 0, 0, 2, 1. Oh no. Will it give me a total? All time. Yeah. Well, let's go. Oh, okay, there we are. 28 deaths. 5,000 cases. Boom. 28 deaths. They're not even at 30. That's wild. New Zealand. We got New Zealand COVID deaths. Let's go per capita. Let's see if we can find that. Alright, I don't want this comprehensive. I just want, like, COVID deaths per capita by country. Let's look at that. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. I guess we'll allow all cookies for now. Deaths per million, confirmed absolute cases. Deaths per million. So let's go United States. No. America? No? Is it not on here? US? Oh, okay, it's USA. All right. So, deaths per million total in America is 2,231. So, for every 1 million people, we have 2,200 dead people. Now, let's look at new. Oh, that's probably US new. New Zealand. Yeah, baby. Oh shit. Okay. 5. It's 5. Sorry, it's almost 6. Wow, dude. Oh my god, dude. Wow. Wow. I can't believe that. Okay. All right. Just remember
pretty
that.
clear what's happening.
Talk to Dr. Tim.
Talk to your doctor.
Talk to your
about what's
doctor.
happening. I gotta wonder, is the
Talk to your
only
doctor.
missing piece here a definitive damage? Because if CNN lies,
It is a
Sanjay
missing
Gupta
piece.
says, yes, Joe, they lied.
I don't believe Sanjay Gupta said yes, they lied. If I remember correctly, he said the same thing I'm saying, which is like, hey, they weren't being very charitable to you, Joe. but I'll go back and rewatch it.
I mean, that's clear admission, right?
He said they shouldn't have done it, but it would be the damage. You
Right,
can get a
they
declaratory
shouldn't have
judgment
done
like
it.
Robert suggested during our last live stream. Nominal damages.
And in reality, he's got at least 10 million. He could get an expert to say he's got 10 million in damages.
And
That's
the-
just
and the other
realistic
issue
because
is-
of the scale
He could pay an expert to say he's got 10 million in damages.
that he operates.
He never actually
Fucking
said that
asshole.
it was the I word, the ivermectin, that the horse dewormer that made him better. He never even promoted any of it. He just said,
Right.
"This is what I'm on. My doctors gave it to me." 3 days later, he said, "I feel better. My test is now showing I'm negative."
Yep.
It never even credited to any one element of what he was taking. He was on a strict regimen of stuff prescribed by a doctor.
Plus, Rogan also says that they changed the way that he looked. They used
Yeah.
a filter to make him look a lot sicker than he was from his original
They
Instagram
did it with
video.
Dude, I watched his original Instagram video. He didn't look very good.
Trump. They make Trump look more
So
orange.
is there a possibility to
They don't fucking make Trump look more orange. Trump does that to himself. Relax.
pursue that legally? Is that
Convince people that they're getting something different than
What
what's
is this?
actually. So what it is you have currently, the only thing that's available is the EUA.
All right.
That's really misleading because
Okay,
under
this shit's boring. We've gotten past it. Joe Rogan, a bit of a twat. I like his stuff on fights. He's pretty smart when it comes to fight stuff. Probably not a good call for when he's talking about politics, and definitely not COVID. Jesus. Holy shit. All right, so that's our final take. Joe Rogan cringe, Tim Pool cringe, CNN also cringe. This whole ordeal cringe.